Yo, peace was good. Welcome to another hip hop I'm review. This is part 252. The album that I'll be reviewing today is Kurious with Constipated Monkey, released in 1994. Alright. So this is the 2007 reissue. This is not the OG pressing. Um so I'll get into that in a little bit. But before I start, um for those that don't know who Kurious is, he's an MC out of Manhattan, the city, for my New Yorkers. He's part of a neighborhood called Manhattan Valley, as they would call it, which is pretty much like the Upper West Side. It's like a little town between Upper West Side and Central Park. It was like right next to Harlem. You know what I mean? Um, I've always felt like he was from Harlem. You know what I mean? Or like I thought he was from the Heights. You know what I mean? But he's not. He's actually from, like I said, Manhattan, Upper West Side, pretty much. He's a Puerto Rican mixed with he's Puerto Rican Cuban, mixed together. He got his start back in the early '90s, like '91, '92. He put out his first single, "Walk Like a Duck." Um, he was affiliated with KMD. That whole clique. KMD was FX, DJ Sub Rock. People like that. So recipes to both MF Doom and recipes to Sub Rock as well. You know what I mean? They both in heaven making bangers. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he came out with the song "Walk Like a Duck," but then he was also featured on Pete Nice's album "Dust to Dust" with Daddy Rich, or when he was known as Prime Minister Pete Nice, with the album "Dust to Dust," which is another underrated album. Which I would have to do a review on that album, as well as the Third Base albums, and MC Churchill's Return of the Product. So I'll definitely be doing that. But anyways, getting back to the album, so he came out with the song. It was a song called "Three Blind Mice." He was featured on that song on the album. Then next thing he was put out this album right here. All right, Kurious with a Constipated Monkey. So there's three singles. The singles are "I'm Curious," "Walk Like a Duck," and "Uptown Shit." Those are the singles of the album. All right. So you know how I get down. I'm gonna go through some of the tracks like I do. But before I start, I'll show you what the album looks like. As you can see here, this album cover pretty cool. You got a monkey on his shoulder. It's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, pretty dope shit. Got the back. See, you got the track listing right here. Cause the the OG version has 12 tracks, but this one is the '07 one, so it comes with two extra tracks, which is the "I'm Curious" remix, and then you got the Mansion, the Yacht, which there was a video for as well. So I'll get down. We'll show you what the CD looks like. All right, that's what the CD looks like. Blue, nothing too crazy. That's what the album looks like. All right, and then open it up. So you can see you got the track list right here, the album credits. You got Curious George right here. Um, that dude with the afro, that's actually Lord Sear. You know what I mean, Lord Sear, that kind of thing. In the back, you got like the thank yous and things of that nature. So, all right, let me get with the producers of the album. Producers of the album are Beat Nuts, Prime Minister Pete Nice and Daddy Rich, aka DJ Richard Rich. That's the ST50s. Recipes to John Gamble and Geechee, Geeby, I think his name is GB, I think his name, John Gamble and GB, and shout out to Dante Ross, dope producer too, and I love his storytelling. He's a dope storyteller. ST50s, as I mentioned before. Bosco Money of Downtown Science does a track on here. Groove Merchants, and those are the producers of the album. All right. Oh, features in the album. Features are, let me see, The Omen, Kadi, MF Grimm, Casual. That's it with the features. Um, on track 2, Top Notch is actually a posse cut, which I'll mention in a little bit. But let me get into the track. Let me get into the album. Let's get started with the first album, with the first track of the album. Track one, spell it with a J. Yes, George or Jorge. So pretty dope way to start the album. Kind of sets the tone of the album. Really enjoyed it. I love the beat for it. It was produced by Beatnuts. It definitely has that classic Beatnuts sound to it. Definitely sound like that something that you would have heard on like Intoxicated Demons or the Street Level album, which I have to do a review on those albums one day. But yeah, dope way to start the album. Definitely one of my favorite tracks in the album. Dope braggadocio track. I like that. I like the line by Kurious when he says, "The two fly magicians casting mad spells, kids bugging bodies in wells, prefer to lay back, twist caps and spark L's." So that's pretty dope. So I like that. That was track one. Spell it with a J. Dope shit right there. Track two, Top Notch. That was produced by the Beatnuts. That's actually a posse cut. So if it's a posse cut which features Kadi, Psycho Les of the Beatnuts, and Lucien. Lucien, he was pretty much like he was an affiliate. He was part of the native. A lot of people consider to be him part of the native tongues. He's like the French rapper from France, things like that. So matter of fact, Tribe Called Quest made a song about him called Luck of Lucien, which that who they were talking about. So he's part of that. That's the same cat. Dope track. Love the beat for that. Dope use of the De La Soul samples. The chorus they actually used for the hook, or the chorus rather. It was the song from the second album. I think it was called Afro Connection at a High Five off that album. Yeah, dope use of that shit right there. Like I said, the feature artist on that song is Kadi, Psycho Les, Lucien, dope shit. My favorite verse is from Psycho Les. Psycho Les caught a body with this shit. Love the line when he says, "But bam, smack you in the face with mud. Now look at your girl, fucking shit got blood on my shirt. Back the motherfucker up, jerk. It's the wicked Psycho Les putting in work. Ninjas got me flipping right to the other set. I smoke punk niggas like my name is Boba Fett." Woo! Killed that shit, man. That's back when Psycho Les was on that street shit. You know what I mean? Like Beatnuts, they were on that street shit at that time. You know what I mean? Over the years, they kind of calmed down with that, but when they first started off, they were like, fresh off the streets. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So, pretty dope shit right there. So that was track two, Top Notch. Track three, I'm Kurious, which is the third and final single of the album. In the song, he talks about how he came up, back in the 70s and 80s. He came up poor. He grew up in the hood and things like that. Like I said, in his time in Manhattan Valley, because like that was pretty much like the Spanish part of Upper West Side. You know what I mean? But at that time, like around that time, like in the late 80s, like from what I looked up, Manhattan Valley was kind of going through gentrification. So right now all that shit's like all upscale and like how New York is now. You know what I'm saying? It's all gentrified and shit. So. But it talks about that, things of that nature. That was produced by Richie Rich and Pete Nice, or Daddy Rich. Dope joint right there. There is a video for that. Really dope song right there. There was a line that I like when he says, "Alcoholism started back when I was shorty. I praise the Lord, my soul to keep, and think how peaceful when I'm asleep. Cold lamping my rest, all the stress and pain." Combination for success, raising in the vein. Yo, that shit is deep right there. Because, he talks about, going through hard times, like I said before. It's like, damn, there's no way to live like that, you know what I mean? And, yo, maybe I should just, kill myself, man, just to relieve the pain, you know what I mean? So, that's what I got from that joint right there. It's pretty deep, you know what I'm saying? But, that was track 3, I'm Kurious. Dope shit right there. Track 4, Uptown Shit. That was produced by the Beatnuts. That was the second single of the album that features the Omen and Kadi. Little trivia. So on the edited version of the song Uptown Hit, Omen's verse was completely erased because he was talking some crazy shit. Like he's just not crazy shit, but like. Sort of like nutting in girls' asses and shit like that and things like that nature. So there was no way of editing that back in like 93, 94. But but that's a dope joint. Love the video for that. You see Lord sit with a big ass afro and shit like that. That was pretty cool. I like the line by Kurious when he says, "Yeah, yeah, Kurious saved the mess for the rest." Known for taking Buddha set straight to the chest. Slide to the rocket every week, so the same. Should you checking for ass, motherfuck the game. Psych, I sneak a peek at my main man tone. Only bitches I sweat is the bitches I bone. Yeah, I like that shit right there. Dope shit. Love the beat, love the video. It just has like that. It has that summertime in New York in the 90s. If you guys know, you know. But it just has that vibe, man. Like when I hear that song, yeah, that shit was it just brings you back. It has like a very nostalgic feel to it, you know what I mean? So I really enjoyed that joint right there. It's just him, like I said, just talking about her representing Uptown, Manhattan, Uptown, you know, Upper West Side, that kind of thing. And like I said, it's just him representing, you know, where he's from, that kind of thing. So that's track 4, Uptown shit, dope shit right there. Track 5, Leave It With This. It's another dope track right there. One of my favorite tracks of the album. In this song, he actually dedicates this song to DJ Sub Rock. You know, it's like a dedication song to him. You know what I mean? That's pretty cool. Love the beat for that. There was a line that I like when he says, "You think I'm a superstar? You think I'm a superstar? Nah, I can't afford a lot of shit because my pockets is fucked. Welfare style, wild smile. Here stops the bucks. Aw shit. Make way for the prolific, charismatic, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, Cuban, plus a functional addict. Rehabilitation is needed. Got soul control at 55 and never speeding." Woo! He killed that shit. Like, he got some shit. I'm like, okay, don't get spit. All right. You know, you got some shit. You know what I'm saying? And then there was a line where he also said to my man up top, none other than Sub Rock, taking time machine trips, go back and correct shit. Roughed up a beat, I freestyle on the next shit. You're back to the S. We will always miss your presence. See you later in bliss. Now I leave you with this. So that's what I'm saying. This song was dedicated to Sub Rock. And rest in peace to Sub Rock. He died in '93 of a car accident. A car hit him on the LIE, the Long Island Expressway. He got hit by a car. So he died back in like '93. And then MF Doom and K Zevlov X died about 2.5 years ago, back in October of 2020. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy shit, you know. So that was track 5, Leave You With This. Track 6, Fresh Out the Box. Dope track right there. He had a pretty interesting flow on this track. Little tidbit. So on this, Fresh Out the Box, it said it was produced by the Beatnuts. The Beatnuts did not produce that. Dante Ross said that SD50s produced that. So that's a little manufacturer error. So I just had to throw that out there. So just want to throw that out there right there. So that was track 6, like I said, Fresh Out the Box. Not one of my favorite tracks, but he does have a dope like flow to the beat and that kind of thing. There's a line where I like when he says, "Check it out. No, it doesn't take a sleuth to know how I'm 100 proof. I raise the fucking roof, get looser than the tooth. In the elderly's gums, I collect healthier sums of loot when I'm out drinking with the bums." Yeah, he killed that. Woo! Let me say that again. Check it out. No, it doesn't take a sleuth to know I'm 100 proof. I raise the fucking roof, get looser than the tooth. In the elderly's gums, I collect healthier sums of loot when I'm out drinking with the bums. Woo! He killed that shit, man. And mind you, this is like 93, 94. He's spitting like that. That's crazy, man. So that was track 6, Fresh Out the Box. Track 7, Walking Like a Duck. That was produced by Beatnuts. That was actually his first single. That song, like I said, was recorded like 91, 92. The single itself came out in 92. You could definitely tell. It definitely has like that 92 feel to it. You know, that early Intoxicated Demons type of vibe to it. You know what I mean? What I got from that track, you know, he just talks about not being a sucker. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel. Like he doesn't play himself as a sucker. You know what I mean? He might be cool, but don't play him like he's a sucker because he'll bust that ass. But there was a line that I like when he said, "Mental stimulation when I'm rolling with the Rat Pack. If you front and rock, get the doodle out your knapsack. The fat truck provided for the beat got you going. Nuts kicking butts. Underneath be when I'm flowing. I'm knowing you frontin' ass ducks getting smeared. My crew rolls thick like a hillbilly beard. Woo! He killed that shit. Love that shit right there. That was fucking dope. That was track 7, Walk Like a Duck. Track 8, Tear Shit Up. Um, dope song right there. Definitely one of my favorite tracks of the album. That's produced by Beatnuts. Definitely has like that, street level, intoxicated demons kind of feel of the beat. You know what I mean? That kind of feel to it. There was a line that I like from him when he says, "Fuck a billboard, cause I still score with mines. Wines intertwined with my liver, deliver the rhymes, but to no avail. Got me walking the plank. Fuck the time to sell. Fuck time to sell. To set sail. Woo, killed that shit." That was track 8, Tear Shit Up. Dope shit right there. Track 9, Baby Busted featured MF Grimm. At the time, he went by Grim Reaper. Again, that was produced by the SD50s. Not one of my favorite tracks, but I feel like Grim Reaper or MF Grimm, MF Grimm fucking caught a body with this shit. I think to me, he saved the track. One of my favorite line from him when he said, the 9 looks pretty pressed against your skull. Special hollow tips, ripped flesh. Plus, the clip is full. I'm wanted for murder with the mic in different places. Blow faces, all street battles turn to fed cases. Civilized as a savage, beating in the beast. On tour, music is raw, so I flip like the Middle East. My brain is full of rhymes or flow on liquid papers. So take the music vapor as a kamikaze caper. Schizophrenic, I'm 5 times 2. So when I shadow box, I gotta fight the whole fucking crew. Come on, man. That nigga is woo! Nasty. And so the MF and MF Grimm, he said in the interview it says for mad flows or motherfucking Grimm, so that's what he said. So in the interview, if you guys listen to his if you peeped his Scars and Memories compilation that came out in 05, which I'm trying to get my hands on, but that shit is mad expensive. He actually talks about, I actually have that downloaded because trying to get a copy of that album is like next to impossible. It's like, because I've asked MF Grimm years ago on Facebook, and he's like, "Will you ever re-release it?" And he's like, "Highly not likely." You know what I'm saying? Which sucks. So, what can you do? But yeah, that was track 9, Baby Busted, featuring MF Grimm, produced by the SD50s. Dope shit. Track 10, Nicole, produced by Bosco Money of the Downtown Science. Again, one of my not one of my favorite tracks of the album, but it's a real track. You know what I mean? Every man could relate to this. You like a girl, and then she trying to give you mixed feelings. She gives you mixed signals, trying to play you. She played him. You know what I mean? So he's feeling down and out about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like to the point where like he doesn't even have confidence to talk to other girls, but he's kind of like, fuck that girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm better looking. I'm good. I'm a good dude. Like, there's nothing wrong with me. She just wasn't the wrong one for you. You know what I mean? So that's what I got from that track. There was a line I like when he says, "Don't need attention. Need not mention that I'm greater. So later for that, because I'm not the type for bragging. Just like my jeans, my self-esteem was sagging." So that's what I'm saying. He talks about how he really liked the chick, but the chick wasn't reciprocating the same love. So he felt played. So I could definitely relate. Everybody can relate to that. Whether you're a boy or girl, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Whatever sex that you like, whether it's boy, girl, it doesn't matter. You like somebody and they don't reciprocate the same love, then that shit sucks, man. That shit hurts, But that was track 10, Nicole. Yeah, not one of my favorite tracks, but it's a real track. You know what I mean? Track 11, What's the Real? Dope track that was featuring Casual of the Hieroglyphics. Dope track. Love the line by Kurious when he says, "Jaws in description, conniption you suffer. Never was a booty buffer. Hit it from the back though, especially when the face look whack. You don't believe me? The man with the yellow hat will tell you. First I'll smell you. If the whiff was fishy." Reply is kinda iffy. If and or buts, I'm sure to tear the guts. I'm tripping on the tab, so I'm clumsy like a klutz. Oh man, Kurious, man. You funny, man. You funny dude, man. Oh shit, man. So that was track 11, What's the Real, featuring Casual, produced by the SE50s. Track 12, George with the Projects. Dope shit. Again, another track kind of like I always felt it was kind of like a continuation of Uptown shit where, you know, it's pretty much representing kind of representing, you know, himself, you know, representing where he's from, you know, where he grew up at and things like that. But what's cool about it is that he does a kind of a clever play of George of the Jungle, if that makes sense. I love the line in the second verse when he says, "Brothers, they be falling victim to the trickin'. Their life is finger licking good, just like the chicken. Don't count them all, word up until they hatch. The story sounds good, shit, but there's a catch. George of the Projects, made the choice to gain material objects, push and act legends off the block. Stock is on the rise from the flip of a rock." Woo! He killed that shit. That shit's fucking dope. So that was supposed to be the last track of the album of the OG pressing, but like I said, we got two more tracks. We got bonus tracks. You got Mansion in the Yacht, and you got the I'm Curious remix. Let me turn this down a little loud. Alright. So, we're going to go with track 13, Mansion in the Yacht, featuring Sadat X and Mike G. Mike G is not featured, is not credited on here, but Mike G of the Jungle Brothers is on this album. But yeah, that was produced by the Groove Merchants. Groove Merchants is Vic, V-I-C. He was part of the Beatnuts. He was affiliated with the Beatnuts, and Godfather Don. So that's what made Groove Merchants. That was also a single too. There is a video for it too. Dope video. I love the line by Kurious when he says, "We be getting iller, Manila, now we provide a thriller. Watch a constipated monkey pound his chest like a gorilla. Nowadays, people praise be bugging that I got mad loot. It's sad, I'm glad, fuck it. You think I'm cute? Whatever, but if you was clever, you know I'm the brokest and I'm ugly than ever." Oh, love that. That shit was fucking dope. Alright, so that was track 13, Mansion the Yacht, produced by the Groove Merchant, featuring Dot X and Mike G of the Jungle Brothers. Alright, and the last track, I'm Curious remix, is produced by Prime Minister Pete Nice and Daddy Rich. I prefer this version over the album version, but my only gripe with the remix is that it's edited. That, oh my god, it just bothers me. I don't know why they did that. But the beat is a lot more darker. It's practically the same song, without the features though. It doesn't have the features. It's just his first. It's just pretty much the same verses from the first one, from the OG. But so it's like two verses. That's all it is. But the beat is dope. It's really dark. It has like a really dark feel to it. Really dope. And that's it, folks. My thoughts on this album. It's definitely an underrated album. Very slept on. I don't really hear too many people talk about this album. Is it a classic album? No, it's not a classic. Not to me. But it's a fun album to listen to. Very relatable. You know, the subject matter on this album is just about him coming up from the hood, but he's making the best that he can. You know, he's making whatever he can do to make you have a good time. You know, just, you know, hitting skins, drinking beer, smoking weed, chilling with the fellas, and just have a good time. You know, that's pretty much what it's about. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he's about on this album. You know what I mean? Nothing too, you know, mind-boggling or anything like that. You know, it's nothing groundbreaking, nothing new, but, you know, just giving to real, just real. You know, just him being himself. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it is, if you like production-wise, it's definitely reminiscent of the first two Beating Us projects, being Intoxicated Demons in Street Level with a self-titled album, which I do have to do a review on those albums someday. Not sure when, but I definitely will at some point. But you'll definitely enjoy this, and it definitely reminds me of the Alcoholics too, like the 21 and older album. That's another dope. I did a review on that album years ago. So if you like those albums, those three albums particularly, Intoxicated Demons, Street Level, 21 and Older by the Alcoholics, then you'll definitely enjoy this album, man. Yeah, this is a dope album right here. Like I said, it's not a classic, but it's a pretty dope album right here, man. Constipated Monkey, Kurious, released 1994, dope shit. Oh, I forgot to mention my introduction to Kurious, how I got into Kurious. So, I got into Kurious back in like the early 2000s. I seen the video for Questions of the Operation Doomsday by MF Doom. He was actually in the video. So he was actually featured on the song and the video. So that was my introduction to Kurious, and that's how I got into him. So yeah, Kurious, a constipated monkey, released in 1994. Dope shit. This album is out of print. Goes for a lot of money. Usually goes for like $30 and up, which I was kind of surprised because like when I first bought it back in 2011, I mean, damn, that was like what 12 years ago. Jesus Christ. I got this for like I think $7.99 or $4.99 at FYE. Bought this used, so I'm glad I found this shit. Glad I bought it early on because, like I said, might be hard to find. It's a little hard to find, and as it goes for a lot of money. It goes for like $30 online. So if you can find it, get your hands on this. Highly recommend it. That's it, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Definitely stay tuned for more. All right.